Capricorn rising, hello, welcome to my channel. You're watching Tessa Taboo. I'm waiting until I get 100 subscribers because that's when I can change my name. Right now it says Tessa's Tarot, but I do want to change it to Tessa Taboo because I eventually am going to expand my channel and I'm going to do different kinds of videos like in addition to tarot and astrology. So yeah, like sometimes I'll introduce myself as Tessa Taboo, sometimes Tessa's Tarot, but anyway, just thought I would throw that in there. What's up, you guys? Welcome to your May 2021 Astrology and Tarot Energy Update. If you are new to my channel, my name is Tessa. I do astrology and tarot readings. I do spiritual guidance. So I focus very specifically on the energies that are being presented in the cards that I pull. And I talk more about how you can understand that energy better within yourself and how it is applying to your life in this specific calendar cycle, okay? This specific point in time. With my monthly readings, so like the May, like in the beginning of the monthly readings are going to be geared towards astrology as well as tarot, but they're rooted in astrology, okay? So what I do is I pull up your natal chart according to your rising sign. So that is why these monthly readings are very much particularly focused on your rising sign, whereas my mid-month readings are going to be more general tarot and oracle readings. I don't get into astrology, so it's going to be based on your sun, moon, or rising sign, or like and Venus. So for this particular reading, what I do is I pull up your chart according to your rising sign. So Capricorn rising, and I have the full chart in terms of what is going on right now. So this is real time in reference to the current astrological transits that are in our solar system, okay? We are currently in Taurus season. However, because astrology is so detailed and so specific, and there are so many different planets, so many different zodiac signs, and then we also deal with the houses, which is the different areas of our life. That if I actually got into every single one of those things and how it's affecting you right now, it would be a lot of information. So the way that I do it is I have this really super awesome, I love this deck so much. I have this Astro Soul Oracle deck, which has all the different houses. So the houses represent the different areas of your life. It has the different planets. The planets are very, very potent, specific kind of energies. And then the zodiac signs. The zodiac signs will tell us more about what kind of experience you're having. It's a little bit more like philosophical. It's a little bit more like celestial psychology and spiritual and things like that. So like what kind of experience you're having, where the planets will pinpoint very specifically like the potent energy that's at play. And the aspects are in here, retrograde is in here, the moon phases are in here. I also have my moon phase app out as well. So if I happen to pull a moon phase card, I can pinpoint specifically the date that this moon phase is going to be taking place and what you should be aware of. So I hope that's making sense so far. It just allows us to hone in more specifically on the energy that you can be more aware of this month and the energies that are coming out for you that is going to help you understand more specifically what you shout be focused on for the month, okay? So that's kind of like the general that's the general outlay of how I do these readings, okay? So, and because it is a general reading, you know, of course, like some of the information might resonate and some might not, but I do ask very specifically what energies you should be focused on. All these energies are harbored within us already, okay? So it's just about helping you understand yourself a little bit better. So that's why I call it spiritual guidance. However, if there is a specific energy that comes out in the cards that deal with another individual or that deal with people in your life, of course, I will make an honorary mention of that. But we deal very specifically with your energy here. Also, another thing, what else to tell you before I get started? I do personal readings. My email is down below. Definitely read the description down below if you want to get to know me a little bit better. and I do birth chart analysis as well. I have a lot of different projects currently in store. So my channel is definitely at the moment just monthly and mid-monthly, but as time goes on, I would like to do more videos. So just letting you know. So it's a steady progress, and I'm totally okay with that. All right, so Capricorn, we are going to get into your reading. So I'm shuffling the Astro Soul deck right now. So what are the specific energies that we need to focus on for Capricorn? What specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of? What specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of? Yeah. So I really like this system, doing things this way. It's so cool and it's so helpful because whatever card comes out, I can match it up to the grid that I have over here, and we can talk about that. You'll see. So what specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of for May 2021? What specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of for May 2021? Specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of for May 2021? Specific energies for May 2021? Oopsies. Let's do one more. Specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of for May 2021? That's a deck. Okay. So I'm going to shuffle all 3 decks, and then we're going to start doing the reading. Okay, so I'm using the Starseed Oracle as well. What specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of for May 2021? Oops. What specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of for May 2021? Specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of for May 2021? Just have to make sure I'm recording. Specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of? All right, and then this is the Muse Tarot, so we're going to be pulling tarot cards as well. What specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of for 2021? What specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of for May 2021? What specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of for May 2021? Specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of for May 2021? Specific energies does Capricorn need to be aware of for May 2021? All right, Capricorn, all shuffled and ready to go. And they were pre-shuffled too before I started. Okay, so let's start with astrology to get us going. All right, see, this is what I was talking about with the moon phases, and you'll see in a second. We have the waning crescent moon. The waning crescent moon, it says surrender, restore, reflection, intuition, and stillness. Okay, so I am going to look at my moon phase calendar to check when we're going to have a waning crescent moon. Waning crescent. What? Okay, here we go. Okay, so the waning crescent moon is going to start May 4th. See, this is why I like to get very specific with these cards, okay? Because it will really pinpoint exactly what we have going on. So the waning crescent moon is going to be May 4th in Aquarius and last until May 11th. Okay. So the week of May 11. Sorry, the moon, whenever I pull the moon phase card, it does take like a minute just so I can give you like a more specific reading. Okay, so May 5th to May 11th, we're going to have the waning crescent moon. So it says surrender, restore, reflection, intuition, and stillness. And this is going to begin for you in the sign of Aquarius. And this is your second house, okay, which is the Taurus house, okay. So when it comes to, so May 5th to May 11th, when it comes to your, like, the area of your life that has to do with your personal value and possessions, okay, this could be undergoing some unpredictable, like, changes. Also within the realm of, like, personal friendships, communication, the way that you relate to others around you in your immediate environment. So like roommates, personal friendships, things like that, and like your home life, okay? So just be aware that there could be a little bit of like upheaval, and there can be, it's kind of like saying surrender to the dynamic changes that are taking place within this area of your life, okay? I'm really kind of getting this roommate kind of vibe, and just this energy of maybe like people coming into your home, or like the people that are kind of circulating within your immediate energy, and how that affects your feelings of self-value. I really, really hope that's making sense. This is why I like to like kind of get more specific with it. So it just kind of has to do with maybe an extra surge of circulatory energy. And I know that sounds a little like vague when I say circulatory, but I guess like the best way to explain it is different kinds of energies in regards to like friendship and like your dynamic with other people, whether at work or within your home if you have roommates, or like friendship, okay? It can create some feelings of reflection. There could be maybe a lot going on and changes taking place with the people that are in your surroundings, and this can start to create some reflection within you. And it's kind of saying like surrender to these energies that are just kind of like happening. Surrender to the energy that is allowing you, to the energies that are allowing you to reflect on yourself. So let me kind of like try to give an example. So let's say you're hanging out with your friends, and they, you know, are telling you a story. There's something going on in their lives. Something is changing. Something is kind of like shifting the dynamic within their lives. And this is kind of causing and creating an energy within you to where you are thinking about your own feeling, like how you feel about it, even though it's happening to somebody else. It's kind of like wanting you to reflect, like, what would you do in that situation? How would you react? How would, like, what course of action would you take? Okay, so that is what I'm getting from that. I really hope that made sense. So it's like using your intuition to just kind of like reflect, and that it's not to say that you're doing that so you can tell other people what to do or to give them advice. Sure, you could give them advice if they ask for it, but it's kind of more for yourself. It's more so you can understand yourself better within the dynamics of the changes that are happening to other people. Okay, so yeah, that's the reading I have on that card, Capricorn. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so for the next card we have Mercury. Very, very mental energy, very intellectual energy, and very communicative, okay? Very much about information, communication, thought process, okay? Communication, knowledge, information, curiosity. Okay, so this energy is going to be very much present, and this could definitely have a lot to do with that reflective kind of energy that I'm talking about within social dynamics, okay? And that is why I was very much feeling that feeling of social kind of dynamics and the energy of other people and how your mind processes other people's experiences. So let's take a look to see where you have Mercury. So Mercury is currently in Taurus, and Mercury is actually going to be moving into Gemini on May 3rd, and then on May 29th, towards the end of the month, it's going to go retrograde in Gemini. So let's take a look. So at the moment, you have Mercury in your 5th house, and the 5th house is all about your creativity and self-expression, and even like romance, okay? So this can definitely involve maybe like a romantic partner, or if you do have like children or some kind of creative project. I'm not really getting the children vibe that much, but if you do have children, I definitely feel that you are a more like dynamic kind of mother, or father. Like, there's a sense that the way that you approach parenting is from a very like intellectual and teaching kind of method. Like, you like to teach your kids. You like to communicate to your kids in a way that shares information and knowledge. And then if you are involved in like a creative project, this is, you could definitely, there could be some anxiety going on just because your mind is just going through a lot intellectually, and you could be like overdoing it on information intake. And especially if you are surrounded by lots of different kinds of energies and lots of different kinds of people, there is this feeling of like some stress, okay? There's a feeling of a little bit of like stress because you're trying to keep everything balanced. You're trying to keep the energy within the dynamic of your group, whether it's like co-workers or friends, that group like balanced as you internalize and reflect and keep yourself and keep your own energy on steady ground. So as Mercury, sorry, like I still have this habit. I used to have a really bad habit of picking my face, and I have not completely broken it yet. As Mercury moves into Gemini on May 3rd, so it's going to be pretty soon. So Mercury is going to move into Gemini pretty soon. This is your 6th house. So this is about your daily routines. So this, it could definitely have a lot to do with the daily routines of your work life. I'm feeling work, the people that you work with, or like roommates, okay? Very specifically, I'm feeling those. And if you do have friends that maybe you see every day, okay? Like you could be one of those people that has friends that you don't live with, but like you feel like you see them all the time. So they're part of your daily routine, right? So once it kind of goes into this energy, which is just like a week away, the communication is going to be a little bit more like free flowing. And this is around the time, remember I said May 5th to 11th. So right when Mercury goes into Gemini, and then the waning crescent moon begins, it's gonna feel like very dynamic. The communication and the information that's being thrown around within your like it's gonna start to feel more potent and more kind of like in your head and in your face. Like I feel like you're gonna be in your head a lot, but you're still gonna be communicating. It's not like you're just gonna completely close yourself out, of course. But I feel like the energy, there could be some like mental anxiety So just kind of like be aware of that. And of course, we'll pull more cards to kind of see what's going on. Yeah. Okay, so for the final Astro Soul card, this is going to be a long reading, Capricorn. This is like very, you're really going to need to take like time for yourself. Like the way that I'm feeling this energy, it's a lot of mental energy. Okay. It's just because there's a lot going on around you. There's a lot going on around you. So you're really, really going to need to, this is Taurus season. So you're really going to need to make sure that you take time for yourself to just like relax. So, all right, keep that in mind. And then we have the waning gibbous. The waning gibbous moon, it says releasing, gratitude, nurture, act of service. Exactly. Yeah. Make sure you are taking care of yourself. Try to come from a more nurturing place and be good to your mental faculties. Let's take a look at the waning gibbous. So the waning gibbous is actually right before the waning crescent. Okay. It's in a couple of days. So with this information that I'm giving you right now, take this time before May 5th. Take this time. This waning crescent is this waning gibbous is going to start in just a couple of days. Really, really, really take that time to take care of yourself and your soul and nurture yourself. Give yourself as much time and just like self-nurturing to release, whether it's like giving yourself a warm bath. As we go from April into May, really capitalize on self-love and self-nurturing, because once that crescent, that waning, once it starts to go into the crescent, and once Mercury goes into Gemini, it's just things are going to start to feel like much faster. Even if things aren't fast physically, I feel like things are going to start to feel overwhelming in your mind. So I hope that's making sense. So just be aware of that. So yeah, that is the main message for you. For that, you have Scorpio in your, yeah. And the waning gibbous is starting with Scorpio in your 11th house. So deep, deep, deep. You're really going to need to take care of your like soul, and just like your heart and just your body on a very deep spiritual kind of level. So you can just kind of prepare yourself for this for all this mental activity that's about to come for you in the days ahead. Okay. So this is like a very, very specific reading that I have going on here. Okay. So just make sure you take this next week to really, really take care of yourself, and you're going to just feel better prepared. You're going to feel better all around for what May has to bring. Okay. Because things might start to come up from your friends. There could be some energies that are going to start to get thrown your way. That's just going to create a little bit of like tension in your mind. Okay, the golden children. So now we're going to get into the starseed oracle, the golden children, to further expand the messages: inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Yeah, it's just about acknowledging your self-worth. It's about acknowledging your value and nurturing that value. And this is all about this next week, about like really rooting in on your own gifts and your own inner spiritual strength in order to carry you through the month. Okay, and I do feel this a lot with work. Rare gifts, like you have a very unique gift. There's something very unique that you are able to contribute to this world. The golden children, okay, and it comes from a very pure place. Don't forget about that purity. That purity is going to like keep your soul cleansed and nurtured. We the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. See, I'm telling you, like these are the messages that you like need the most right now, because it's really going to ground you and root you in your unique spiritual gifts. And it doesn't matter what job you have or what you're doing, like all gifts are special to the individual. Okay, deep love. So this is exactly what I was saying. Deep, deep, deep love that you need to like really give yourself right now. Star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. So this is going to take place when different energies kind of start to shake things up a bit, okay? So like as the month goes on, as the energies that are happening around you kind of start to like maybe shake things up in the mind a little bit, it's going to be important for you to like look deeper in order to find the wisdom. And this is going to be about you surrendering to the different energies that are trying to tell you something, that are trying to almost like guide you with, so you can go within yourself and discover some truth within you. And the more time you spend deepening your love for yourself now and appreciating the gifts you have now, the more you're going to be able to access this wisdom and tap into it as the month goes on, and as energy that's happening around you is kind of throwing itself in your face and in your mind. Okay, so now we're going to get into the tarot. We have 4 of emotions, which is the moon in Cancer. So yeah, so this is you just taking time for yourself, basically. This is you not really wanting to be around anybody and really just like looking deep inside that cup. And you can kind of see like the 2 faces right there, and she's like looking down, and you see that little star right there? That's kind of like that hidden secret, lost wisdom, looking deeper. I kind of get the feeling like you're trying to find that inner wisdom now, but you don't need to, you only need to seek it within yourself, not within others. Just make sure that when you take this time to reflect and to really be with yourself, you're not thinking about other people. I feel like you need to get over that obstacle to where you are like thinking so much about what's going on around you still. No. Okay, you need to look at your own value. You need to find that love for yourself. Okay, not what others are expecting, not what others have given you. Like, what is it that you love about yourself without the influence of others? Knight of Inspiration is Sagittarius energy. This is fire on top of fire. This is very, very, very like inspired energy. Very spiritual, very inspired. So once you really find that spark of what makes you uniquely you, and you love it and you nurture it, it's just going to be this like creative explosion, and you're just going to be so eager to get out of this period of spending time with yourself and your own soul, and you're just going to want to like expand it outwards and share it with everybody. And you're really going to feel inspired to just like take action after this period of rest. There's going to be a lot of energy, basically. 4 of Inspiration is, I'm really getting a roommate kind of vibe, or like people who are just part of your daily life. But 4 of Inspiration, oh my God, Venus in Aries. Okay, Venus in Aries. Yeah, like building with others. So feeling inspired to create with other people, feeling inspired to create with other people at work, you know, deepening your own resolve is automatically going to inspire others to deepen theirs. And it's a team. This is a team effort. So even if it's like, whether it's like a roommate situation or a work situation or even a relationship, things are deepening. Things are deepening, and the foundation in which you guys are building from is becoming more rooted in this like inspiration. Okay, and then for the final tarot card, we have Six of Emotions, which is the Sun in Scorpio. So could definitely be, I feel this energy more as like work relationships, friendships, or roommates. And then this energy I'm feeling definitely more as a specific individual that you are missing. So there could be somebody particular in your life, like a love interest, that it could be somebody from your childhood, but I am feeling it more as maybe a love interest or a partner that you don't see all the time, okay? So this is somebody who is not in your presence, who is not in your immediate surroundings, who's not part of your daily routine, and you're just kind of like missing them, okay? So there is definitely this kind of energy of like missing somebody that you don't see on a regular basis, and maybe you wish you could see them more often. You know, it could be like a long distance relationship or something like that. So this is your spiritual guidance reading, Capricorn. I really hope that everything made sense. Like, I really hope the way that I did this reading for you helped. And yeah, let me know what you think. And hopefully I will see you on your next video. Bye, Capricorn. Thanks for watching.